Oh, Tudor. What have you done? What have you done? Watches and Wonders is not for another 2 weeks, and all of a sudden we've been sprung upon with this new model. This is the new Tudor Blancpain Chrono in pink, and today we're covering everything that you need to know. But before we do that, we're gonna have to fill this up. We were literally just mid-podcast. We run a podcast called Into the Mind. And while we were on the podcast, Tudor dropped this new release. And honestly, I know that it's a love or hate, but Jesus, I think it's so sexy. Essentially what's happened here is Tudor has become the official timekeeper of Inter Miami CF. And they essentially wear, pink. Originally, they'd actually collaborated with J2, who is their ambassador, and they had released this watch, but now it will be available to the public. However, with that said, they have said it will be released in limited numbers, limited production, not limited edition, because Tudor typically don't do limited editions, the same as Rolex, but it will be limited production. This release did kind of take the watch world and watch enthusiasts by surprise because Watches and Wonders isn't for another 2 weeks. And typically they have the big bang at Watches and Wonders. But this is itself, as a watch, a big bang. It's very bold. And I hate to use Tudor's catchphrase here, but it is quite daring. Oh God, I'm so old. But for real, it was quite daring. It's not often that you see watches going pink, going totally pink. It's kind of a love it or hate it kind of color. It's kind of like a Marmite color. But I think the way that they've executed this watch in the Chrono model with the black subdials, with those red splashes, with those white hour markers is brilliant. To top it off, the Jubilee-ish bracelet on this watch with those polished center links looks absolutely stunning. It honestly looks brilliant. And they've combined this with that dark aesthetic of the bezel being in black. And that contrasts wonderfully with that pink dial. There's so much of this watch that I really, really like. But let's cover the specs. People are calling this watch the Pink Panda, which is quite a fun nickname, and that is obviously because of that pink dial. Now, I love that pink paired with the white date window and also the white hour markers. It comes in at 41 millimeters, comes in 316L stainless steel, and has a polished and satin brushed finish. And it has fixed 316L stainless steel bezel with a black anodized aluminium insert. This watch is also paired with the manufacturer caliber MT5813, which of course is COSC certified with 70 hours of power. And of course it is a chrono model, so you have some additional functionality to play with. On the subject of Tudor, this would be as good a time as any to do, I suppose. I actually have the new, it's not new, it's old, and I need to get it serviced, but it's the Tudor Blancpain ETA variant. This is normally called the Smiley variant, and it's time for the wrist check. What is on your wrist today? Please let me know in the comments. And also, while you're at it, let me know if you would get this watch. Comment pink if you'd get it. An interesting detail to this watch that I really am obsessed with, and I didn't think would work together, but kind of does, is the red tip on the second hand and also the red text just above chronometer, which says 200 meters or 660 feet, which of course is the water resistance of this watch. Pink and red, typically, if it's too bright a shade of pink, they kind of blend in and they don't mix well. But the shade of pink that they've used, and I know this is weird to say, but it kind of works. I've actually been putting some thought into this, and this is totally my speculation, might not be factual, but I think this is quite a smart strategic move from Tudor. I mean, what they're doing is so not to be lost in the hype of all the other brands and everything that's going on at Watches and Wonders, and to be maybe overshadowed by the other watch releases. They've released it pre any other watch release, meaning that they have no competition, meaning that everyone's eyes are on Tudor. I don't know, I've just been thinking about that, and the more I think about it, the more I think it's a really smart move. The one thing that I've not seen yet that I really do want to see, and I hope they've not done something, is the case back. I hope that they haven't kind of added a collaborative logo or something to the case back. I hope they've kept it clean, because I prefer clean case packs that aren't branded up. I mean, it's branded enough because of the color pink, and everybody that gets this watch knows about the collaboration. So I hope they've not done that to the case back. If any of you have further information on that, let me know in the comments. The specs on this watch are very difficult to find. In fact, they're not really online yet. They've not been made sort of clear to the public. But from what I can see online, and in my opinion, I do believe it's more of just a skin change. It's more of an aesthetic change. It's like changing the color of your car. It's still the same car, but it's just a little bit more vibey in pink. Listen, I thought, on a serious note, I thought this was a really fun launch from Tudor, a really cool launch from Tudor. It's not often you see brands as big as Tudor taking such huge risks in something that could be a little bit like Marmite to some people. I, as an artist, as a photographer, am a little bit strange. I like more weird stuff, and this is a little bit more weird, perhaps. A pink tile isn't for everyone, but that's part of the reason why it's so cool. But this is just a quick update news flash kind of video. I did get weirdly excited about this release, so I thought I'd make a little snippet for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think that it will be released in the amount of numbers that we need it to be in order to get it? Let me know in the comments. Now, I will be filming this specific model at Watches and Wonders in about 2 weeks' time from now. If you want to see that in the flesh, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know what podcast I was talking about, head to the Into the Mind channel, which is our new podcast. I'll see you soon.